Hi Samurais and welcome back to my channel. On today's video, we're taking a step out of the makeup studio and into my bathroom. We are actually going to be going through my nighttime skincare routine. I wanted to finally share that with you guys. Again, this is what works best for me and my skin. As you can see, I do have some problem areas that I need to take care of, some hyperpigmentation. But beauty is pain, and these are things that you have to take care of when it comes to wearing makeup and really just taking care of your skin. Again, this is just what works best for my skin. If you are having problems with your skin, I do recommend seeing a licensed professional to get a regimen that's going to work best for you. So the first thing that I did is I did go through and I did do an extraction on my nose and my semi-cheeks here and partially on my chin. You can see some of the redness here. I just took my extraction tool and just slowly went through and did all of that. Normally, if I am wearing makeup and it is the end of the day and I need to take it off, I don't use makeup wipes anymore. They're really bad for the environment. They're really bad for your skin. Normally, if I am wearing makeup and it is time to take it off for the day, I go in with the Juno & Co. Clean 10 Cleansing Balm. This does start out as a thicker consistency. As this does warm up, it goes into an oil, which really gets in there and cleanses your face as well as removes the makeup that you've been wearing for the day. I found this on TikTok and saw so many reviews and recommendations to use it, and I really just needed something new. So I took a chance and here we are. Normally, if I do use this, I do go in with my makeup eraser. Again, I just find that makeup wipes, they're really bad for the environment, really bad for your skin, and the ingredients that they use aren't that great either, but this works really well. 1 to 2 times a week when my face needs to be exfoliated. I do 2 days a week max, and I split it up between the week. I do go in with the Murad AHA BHA Exfoliating Cleanser. This is an intense triple action exfoliator with a blend of salicylic, lactic, and glycolic acids, which polishes away dull, dry skin without irritation. Again, I use about a dime size, maybe a little bit less, and I'm just going to show you guys what I do from that process. So I am going to go in and wet my face with my clean makeup eraser just to get my face wet, and then we'll go in and do the exfoliating. So like I said, I'm just going in to get my face wet so we can go in with the Murad cleanser. That is about the amount that I do use. It's not a whole lot. I just go ahead and put that on both sides of my hands. And when you're going in with any kind of exfoliant, you want to make sure that you're being very gentle and you're not scrubbing too abrasively. The primary reason is depending on what kind of exfoliator you're using. Please, for the love of God, don't ever use any kind of Neutrogena, apricot scrubs, walnut scrubs, anything that has any kind of nut in it that's being used for an exfoliant has actually been shown to tear your skin, which is not good. The Murad exfoliator that I'm using has a very light exfoliation to it, so you don't need to go in too heavily. You just want to work that in, and then I'm going to go back in with that makeup eraser and get it a little bit more wet. I'm actually going to I'm actually going back in with my makeup eraser. I'm not going to wring it out completely. It is going to drip, just to go in and really wipe that off. Again, being very gentle. The reason why I exfoliate first is because it really goes in and scrubs off those dead skin cells, any leftover dirt that may be on your skin, and just really gets it down into those pores deep, so that way when you go in with your cleanser or your face wash, it can really just get in there and clean and do what it's supposed to do. Now that we have our exfoliation off of our skin and everything is clean, the next thing I go in with is the Cerave Foaming Facial Cleanser. This is for normal to oily skin. I do have predominantly oily skin, especially in my T-zone. This is some of the best face wash I have ever used. I've tried so many different ones, between Neutrogena and Clean and Clear, and they just didn't do it for me. This one is really good. This one helps with oil control. It has, it's got 3 essential ceramides. It's got niacinamide and hyaluronic acid in it as well. It's gentle. The niacinamide helps calm your skin. It is fragrant free, and it doesn't clog your pores. I think I paid $14 or $15 for this bottle, and it's lasted me, I would say easily the last year. So I do have a little bit on my hands here. I just got my hands wet, and I'm actually going to go through and emulsify it in my hands before we apply it. And the same thing, you're just going to go in with very gentle circular motions. Again, anytime you're working around your eyes, you want to be as gentle as you possibly can. Just going to go in and really get that in there. And I'm making sure that I really go over the parts that I did the extraction on, just because with the pores being open, I want to make sure that whatever I'm putting on is really getting in there to clean those out. So with my cleanser, I normally let it set for a couple of seconds, just so it can penetrate and really get down in there. So while we're letting that set, we're just going to go in and get our makeup eraser wet. I've done this a couple of times, so I know exactly how the process goes. Now that it's set, we're going to go in with that makeup eraser and just wipe everything away. So I was terrified to do this at first, thinking that I would get soap in my eyes, but honestly, if you really just focus on making sure you're wiping the right way, you can do it no problem. For me, I find that rinsing this out a couple of times typically is enough to get it all off my face. And the cool thing about the makeup erasers is that one side is for removal and the other side is for exfoliating. So it's kind of cool that you're getting both at the same time. So I did go in with my hands and really made sure that everything was off. And I'm going to go in with a clean hand towel just to dry my face off just a little bit. Once I wash my face and I'm done with that, I go in with the ordinary hyaluronic acid. I don't dry my face completely because with hyaluronic acid, it does absorb water and clings to water. So if you have moisture still on your face, you're promoting it clinging to more water and pulling that into your skin to keep it hydrated. So again, I'm focusing around my pores just to make sure everything is there. And I go down my neck. And then I let that set for just a couple of seconds. Actually, sometimes even up close to a minute, just to make sure that it is drying down a little bit. You just don't want it to be completely slick and trying to put everything else on top. So from there, I am going to go in with my Absorbic Acid. This helps with your skin tone. It does have vitamin C in it. This is the ordinary as well. I just do a couple of drops and just work that into my hands. And I just tap it into the skin, not to pull on it at all, so we don't cause any irritation. And we'll let that go for a minute. Once we let that sit for a couple of seconds, then I go in with the ordinary Caffeine Solution. I use this primarily around my eyes, and I typically just do 2 very small drops of this, and I rub my fingers together, and I just apply this to my eyes and underneath, really focusing underneath, just to help with any kind of fine lines. I feel the Caffeine Solution, once it dries, it feels like my skin gets a little bit tighter. So it really helps with those bags if I haven't slept very well the night before. Last, but certainly not least, in the skincare journey for the serums and lotions that I put on my face, the next in the rotation is the Ordinary Natural Moisturizing Factor plus HA Surface Hydrating Formula. I primarily do this at night, just because I find that's when my skin gets the driest. So I just take like a pea-sized amount, rub it in my hands, and then gently apply it to my skin. I do a thin layer, again, just because my skin does get oily really easily, but I find that the thin layer does what it needs to. So, before we continue, I'm just going to wash my hands really quick. Now that we have applied all of our serums and our lotion, the last thing that I do, especially going into the colder months, chapped lips are the worst. I hate dealing with chapped lips. Mine have been getting super chapped lately. So what I normally do, same thing with the Murad exfoliator. Every couple of days or so, I'll go in with the Jeffree Star Cosmetics. This is the Velour Lip Scrub. I have a couple of different ones of these. These are completely edible and they smell really great. I just take a little bit on my finger and just apply it to my lip and just scrub off that dead skin. Alright. So with this lip scrub, you can eat it. I don't really want to. So I'm just going to go in with my makeup eraser and just wipe it off. pat those dry. Once you get your lip scrub done, you can pop on some chapstick, Vaseline, whatever you use for lip moisturizer. Go ahead and pop that on and you're ready for the night. So using that, you can see that my nose has that shininess to it. It'll probably be irritated for the next 12 hours or so, but it comes whenever you're doing an extraction, but that's okay. It's worth it. And that is it, guys, for my nighttime skincare routine. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did creating it for you guys. This has been one of my most requested videos, so if there is something that you want to see in particular, make sure you comment below. Going into the Christmas season, I do have quite a few videos up my sleeve, so make sure you hit that subscribe button and that bell icon so that way you're notified when those videos are up. We have not one, but 2 special Christmas themed unboxing and tutorials coming up on the channel. But otherwise, I hope you guys are having an amazing day, and I'll see you on the next one.